What's up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here with all the news and stats after the entire regular season. We are going to go over it all today, but before we get into that, I owe everybody a huge apology. Because when I came on to start recording this episode, the game told me I didn't save after last week, which is stupid because I'm almost positive I did, but even if I didn't, the autosave usually takes care of it for me, so I'm really not sure what in the world happened. I went to previous autosaves, I went to everything, and for whatever reason it didn't save. So I had already uploaded the other video, obviously, so I didn't want to just take that down and do it all again. So I just kind of simulated the game to a point where I knew I would loot. Like, I ended up losing the first time anyway, obviously. But even if I hadn't, I would have just exited it out and done it again until I got that loss to make the standings the same. I will go over all the stats for that game. Again, guys, I'm really sorry. I hate that happened. I'm still kind of shocked. I don't know how it happened or why it happened. I guess I just forgot. I don't know. Even then, like I said, autosave would usually take care of it. So. But I do apologize. It's not going to happen again. I'm definitely going to be more careful with all that. But anyway, nothing was really changed. I mean, like I said, we still got the loss. That's the most important thing. I'll show you the stats in a second. They're actually kind of similar. It was a low-scoring game. We did get a touchdown in it. So I'm kind of pissed off for Scobie because Scobie had 5 field goals that last game. That might have put him in the Pro Bowl. Now I don't know that that's going to happen. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. Let's go ahead and look at this. Peyton Manning wins MVP. Mike Ditka is going to return to the sidelines. That's awesome. Shanahan's retiring. Tom Coughlin's retiring. John Fox wins Coach of the Year. Sean Lee named NFC Defensive MVP. Obviously, we're going to look at all those awards. I don't think there's any more draft stories. I believe we already saw that. If not, here it is. Ranked number 3 in the nation, Miami free safety Bo Bradley shines in the Orange Bowl against West Virginia with a punt return touchdown and a game-sealing interception. Obviously, somebody to keep an eye on. Oh, we have not seen this because I don't think I've done this yet. Oh, wait, maybe I did. I don't know. At the end of the season, Israel Stark announced he is going to the MLB draft. So we are not going to be able to draft Israel Stark. I don't really know that I would have anyway, but still pretty interesting. And Cecil Spence returns to free safety against Texas in the Holiday Bowl, making a critical interception. Evan Bell and Pitt dominates the Capital One Bowl. Anyway, I already progressed the players. I'm so pissed that I did that. I'm still upset about it. But staff re-signing we will get to in a moment. Let's go ahead and look at the stats for everything this time, not just some. Passing touchdowns, who's leading the way here? We got the Broncos. We we are down at number 4. Look at that. That's not that bad. Broncos leading the way there. Obviously, rushing touchdowns were horrible. Actually, there are other teams down there with only 6 with us. That's insane. I definitely thought other teams would have more than that. Obviously, like I said, we need to improve the running game. And look at this. How in the world did they only get 18 offensive touchdowns all season? Man, that's horrible. Wait, one team had even less than that. 5. Oh my gosh. 14. Jeez. I don't know how that happens, but more power to them. Total offense, let's see where we are. We're down the list a little bit. Quite a bit. Somewhere down here. There we go. Rushing yards, we did get over 1,000 rushing yards. I guess I'm okay with that. Obviously, defense is where we really struggled. So I know we have to have the worst defense. Yeah, we have the worst defense by a wide margin. Look at all these rushing yards gained against us. That's just insane. Even passing yards, okay, we actually did not the worst in passing yards by 64 yards. Rushing yards, it wasn't even close though. Points allowed, and we're the worst there too. So obviously, defense is a priority. Definitely got to improve on that. So anyway, let's go check out the stats for this last game before we get into everything else. Team schedule. And again, guys, I apologize for that. I don't know how it happened, or I mean, obviously, I guess I just didn't save it, but it doesn't make sense. So the score was 16-13. I believe we lost by 5 last time. So the player stats are what we will check out here. Matt Scott threw a touchdown. He did not have an interception. So obviously his game was completely changed. Now, in the game we played, I believe he threw for over 300 yards. So he's, losing 3 interceptions, gaining a touchdown, and threw 100 yards less. Running the ball, obviously no touchdowns here. We didn't have a touchdown that game anyway. Receiving, Cecil Shorts got it. Got the touchdown. Blocking defense. Let's see if anybody... Sacks. I mean, we lost some sacks there. I believe DJ Moore had his 20th interception. So now that's not happening. Demetrius McCray, I believe, did something good. I think he might have had an interception too. I don't really remember. I don't know. I didn't want that to happen. It sucks that it happened, but let's see. And he kicked 2 field goals, a long of 52. So long of 52 was his in our game anyway, but he also had 5 field goals. So, I apologize again, guys. I don't like that happened, but I'll just make sure it won't happen again. I promise you that. Anyway, let's move forward now. Check out the stats for the league. We will go over our team first, then we will go over everybody else. So, Matt Scott, 28 touchdowns, 33 interceptions. Obviously, a lot to improve on there. But he finished with 74.9 quarterback rating and nearly 4,000 yards passing. Did not quite get there. I wonder if that 100 extra yards might have made a difference. I don't know that we would have been there, but we would have been a lot closer. Tim Tebow, 4 interceptions, no touchdowns. Rushing. Obviously, the spot I need to improve on the most, I feel like, because having a running back average 2.7 yards and 3.8 yards just is not good. So I definitely need to work on the offensive line. That is priority number 1. Matt Scott here had 4.6 yards a carry. Definitely improved on running with him later in the season. Receiving, Chris Owusu, almost 1,000 yards. And this sucks too because I'm pretty sure he got over 1,000 yards in my game. So I hate that he didn't have that this time. 9 touchdowns, 1 for Denard Robinson, 3 for Cecil Shorts. We'll just check it out this way, I guess. Justin Blackman, Jake Stoneburner had 4, a lot better than Clay Harbor, and he had a lot less time to do it, only 15 catches to 38. I know the playing time favored Harbor there too. Cecil Shorts had 3, Ace Sanders had 2, Forsett had 2, and Denard Robinson with 1. So there you go with that. Blocking, I know we gave up a lot of sacks. Definitely need to improve on the offensive line. More importantly with the running attack though. Paul Pilsluszny had 124 tackles. That's awesome. Phillips was huge for me with 89. Brian Roll had 87. Gratz 75. And see, this is why I kind of think that Demetrius McCray was a better cornerback than Gratz, even though Gratz is getting more praise. He did get more turnovers. I guess he had 5 interceptions, but 75 tackles. Demetrius McCray is way down here with 47. Obviously, that's, he got beat on a few big plays, but obviously, cornerback, you don't want them to have a whole lot of tackles. You don't want the ball going their way for them to have to tackle as much. So, tackles for loss. Latulele with 21. He had a great year. Then we have Mincy. And Mincy's actually a player I would like to trade. I just don't really like him for what his salary is. So, having him getting a double-digit sack season might help me move him. So, I'm okay with that. Andre Branch, 9 sacks, and I actually felt like he was a little bit better than Mincy throughout the season. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I definitely noticed Branch's impact a little bit more. Brian Roll had 6, and Brian Roll did great while filling in for Pilsluszny when he was out. And obviously, I was going with 2 middle linebackers a lot of the season anyway, but I was really impressed by Brian Roll. DJ Moore, 3 sacks to go with the 9 interceptions. As we continue to go down, a lot of people got involved in that category. I like to see that. 9 interceptions for DJ Moore. Should have been 10. Oh, well. Gratz with 5. Phillips 3. 2 for McCray. 1, and 1. Fumbles forced. We'll check this out. Catches allowed. We barely ever allowed a catch. That's just such a silly stat. I don't know. In this game anyway. Latulele forced 3 fumbles. A lot of other people down here just had 1. That's cool to see that. And Demetrius McCray recovered 3 fumbles. He was everywhere. I love it. Latulele recovered 2 of them. Let's see. And then look at all these fumble yards for Marvin Austin. What a beast. 1 fumble recovery, and he took it 65,000 yards. Guy's a monster. Oh, wait. Where am I going over here? I meant to see touchdowns. Touchdowns. 2 for Demetrius McCray, 1 for DJ Moore, 1 for Pizlesny. Then we'll check out kicking, 26 of 31. Would have been a little bit better than that, but oh well. And punting, pretty good for Brian Anger. So those are our stats. Ooh, we'll go check out everybody else's stats really fast. And then we will check out all the awards. This video is going to be a little bit longer than most. We obviously have a lot more to cover, so that's going to be the reason why. Passing yards. Oh my gosh. Woo, Rodgers was torching teams. Very good. Obviously, you see a lot of the names you would expect to see at the top of that list. Passing touchdowns, Peyton Manning is leading the way with 30. Stafford 28. We're right behind him at 28, 26, 25. Again, a lot of names you'd kind of expect to see. Interceptions, obviously, we're going to be leading the way by a far margin here. Look at Tom Brady, had more interceptions than touchdowns. That's crazy. And look at Eli, 11 to 21. So our ratio wasn't that bad. We threw a lot more interceptions, but our ratio wasn't quite as bad. Rushing touchdowns, or let's just look at rushing yards, I guess. Almost 2,000 for Shady McCoy. Could not quite get there. I know Adrian Peterson was killing it earlier in the season. I think he might have gotten hurt for a period of time, though. Obviously, he did very good. Woodhead with a great season, man. Let's see. Touchdowns, we got Peterson leading the way with 13. Roy Halou Jr. with 11. 11 for Noshawn Moreno. 10 for Stewart. 10 for Sproles. And 10 for McCoy. Receiving 123 receptions for Welker. And earlier in the season, we had a lot of teammates up here. Obviously, Julio Jones and Roddy White are still there. Looks like the other guys are a little bit further down now. Receiving touchdowns, Dwayne Bowe with 11, Wes Welker 10, and Calvin Johnson Jr. with 10. Miles Austin 9, Donnie Avery 9, and Chris Owusu with 9. I love seeing Owusu up there. And Armani Edwards with 8. Yes! Go App State. I love that. He had a great season. Look at that. 18.3 yards of reception. My goodness. Wow. I'm shocked to see all that, but I love it for him. Defense, Sean Lee led the NFL in tackles by 1, barely edging out Darrell Washington. Luke Kuechly up here. Let's see. Cushing, Fletcher, Bart Scott. Kiko Alonso had a really good season. Sacks. Robert Mathis led the way with 17. So Lotulelei was right up there for a lot of the season. He could not close out, though. Justin Houston with 15 and Ezekiel Ansah with 14. And Deion Jordan with 13. A lot of rookies up here. Look at this. A lot of rookies up here. Even Houston's second year. So Corey Lemonwood, another rookie. Now see, why is he still listed as a rookie, but he's 1 year? You know what it might be? It might be that the 49ers are in the playoffs and our season's over, so that might make sense. Cool to see that, though. Good year for him. Interceptions, DJ Moore led the NFL. And then Sean Lee with 8. Not only did he lead the NFL in tackles, he was second in interceptions. He had an incredible season. Wow. Harrison Smith down there with 7 with Asante Samuel. Milliner, Cromartie each with 6 on the same team. Cam Chancellor, Werner, Tillman, yeah, you know, some of the same names. Kiko Alonso with 5. Man, another good season for him. Dwayne Gratz is right there too. So, yeah. We'll check out fumbles force, might as well. 5. Wow. Just a few of the players. Scott brothers up here. I don't know that they're actually brothers. I'm just going to say they are, even if they aren't. I really doubt they are. Fumbles recovered, Houston and McCray up there with Woodyard. All right, let's see. Touchdowns. 4 for Asante Samuel, Werner, Cromartie, Lee, and Johnson. Wow. And a few threes. There's a lot of threes. A lot of defensive touchdowns this year. Safeties were Chandler Jones got the only safety. Blocks. Pollard. A few blocks here. It's cool to see. Kicking really fast. We'll just check out. I don't know. We'll just check out 50-yard field goals. Why not? 8 for Robbie Gould. 7-7. Punting is not a big deal either. All right, there we go. And let's go check out the awards. Let's see. Sorry again, this episode's going a little bit longer. Obviously, there's just a lot to get done with this one. So, awards, there we go. Weekly awards, we'll briefly go through all of this. I'm just going to fast forward through this really fast. If you guys would like to read them all again, this is just a summary of the entire season. Saw DJ Moore down there. Just pause it on it if you'd like to look at it. And then oh, Brian Roll was there too. I remember when he had a good game. And week 17, and I will talk about this one briefly since we haven't seen it. Asante Samuel got 2 of those touchdowns and 3 of those interceptions in the last week. Wow. Milliner had a touchdown, 2 interceptions. Peyton Manning, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jay Cutler with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. All right, let's look at the yearly awards here. MVP we know is Peyton Manning. Kaepernick was right behind him. That's awesome to see. Breeze, Rodgers, Wilson, Ryan, Shady McCoy, Romo, Vick, and Stafford. I guess we'll look at Coach of the Year too. Fox, Dusty McDonald. Huh. All right. Just down the list of names you would kind of expect to see. AFC. Again, I'm just going to kind of scroll down these fairly quickly, guys. If you would like to get more into depth with it, I guess just pause it. Kiko Alonso got Defensive Player of the Year for the AFC, which, considering he's a rookie, is insane. Good for him. Down the list, I'm surprised we didn't see DJ Moore up there. EJ Manuel. All right, Matt Scott was second in Offensive Rookie of the Year. Denard Robinson down there as well. And then Dennis Johnson, who tore me apart. Kiko Alonso. Dwayne Gratz made the list. And Demetrius McCray did not, unfortunately. Matt Scott third in best quarterback voting. Obviously, we're not going to have any running backs here. Best wide receiver. Wusu might make the list. No. Offensive line. No way we have anybody here. Defensive line. Let's see. Mincy made the list. Again, that's going to be good if I'm trying to move him, so I'm okay with that. DJ Moore, best defensive back, and I still don't know why they don't have a linebacker spot. That doesn't make sense. They didn't last year either. I thought it was just like accidentally left off, but they didn't add it. I don't know why. But yeah, it's awesome to see that DJ Moore's at the top of that list there. I like to see that a lot. And then Dwayne Gratz is there as well at 6th. So a few players there. Best kicker. Scobie is second best kicker. And again, I wonder if he would have had the best kicker and made the Pro Bowl if I just had that last game saved when he had 5 field goals. But unfortunately, we are not going to know. Just go down this list really quick. Kaepernick and Gore. Like to see that. Defensive player, Patrick Willis. Again, just going to kind of go through it fairly quickly here. And hopefully we will have a lot more players on that rookie list next season. I still have the Pro Bowl to get to, and that should be it for this video. What I'm planning on doing is actually having the playoffs in a separate episode before we get to the offseason. That way we can kind of follow what the rest of the NFL is doing in the playoffs, so we can kind of know our competition for the future and so on and so forth. So yeah, we will be doing that. And yeah, that's it. So Pro Bowl, again, just going to go through it really quickly. Peyton Manning, let's just see if we see any Jaguars here. Doran Dickerson made the Pro Bowl. I love that. That's awesome. Good for him. I'm excited because I actually improved his run block a lot after the season. Like a lot, like 20 some odd points. So next season I can easily run behind him a lot better. Going to be a lot of fun. Wusu didn't make the Pro Bowl. That sucks. I wish he had. Down the list, a lot of Broncos. Again, I think I showed that a few episodes ago. It's just insane how many Broncos were there. Jeremy Mincey made the Pro Bowl. That's good. I like that. Again, it's going to help me move him. John Lotulelei, good for him. DJ Moore made the Pro Bowl, and Gratz fell off. I don't know if he would have or not, but DJ Moore made the Pro Bowl. That's good. And unfortunately, we don't have the kicker there. NFC, Kaepernick, Gore. A lot of names you would just kind of expect to see. Tavon Austin, that's interesting. Rookie, and Ted Ginn Jr., wow. He actually did have a pretty good season for the Panthers. Daniel Kilgore, App State. Wow, how did he make the Pro Bowl? I didn't even think he'd be starting. I love it. I did not expect to see that. The 49ers' entire offensive line looks like they made it. Oh, man. Daniel Kilgore, sweet. And then, obviously, the only linebacker to make the Pro Bowl out of all the 49ers is Corey Lemonwah, the rookie. That's just hilarious to me. But good for him. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. Sorry again about the not save. I don't know what happened, but I'll make it up to you guys somehow. I promise. And yeah, I will see you for the playoff episode, and then we will get into the off season. Later, guys.